Good morning, students. So let's here we do start with our third chapter, circle, in mathematics 2. Okay. So as you turn on page number 47, where we have some concepts that we already studied in our previous standard. Okay. So first we recall these concepts. So as you turn on page number 47, here we have that concepts that like center, radius, diameter, chord, interior and exterior of circle. These concepts you already studied. Okay, as you observing here below that we have some figures that the congruent circles. Congruent circles are what? If that two circles have equal measure of radii, then these two circles are known as congruent circles. Radii त्रिज्या जर इक्वल असतील then those circles are congruent circles. Then concentric circles. Concentric circles means what? Here as you observing this figure, here we have that two circles with same center. Means if the circles having common center, then those circles are known as concentric circles. Means for concentric circles, radii or that radius, length of that radius is not same but common center is there. Okay, and next figure is of intersecting circles. Intersecting circles means what? If two circles touching each other in two distinct points, then those circles are known as intersecting circles. Okay, so below that here we have one activity. We have to solve this example. Given that in a adjoint figure, segment DE is what? A chord of a circle. DE is chord with center C. Segment CF is perpendicular to segment DE. CF given as perpendicular on, that's a chord DE. Okay. If diameter of the circle is 20 centimeter and DE is equal to 16 centimeter, find CF. Actually, this kind of example we already solved in our previous standard also. Okay, so same here we have that recall and write the theorems and properties which are useful to find the solution of the above problem. Means here first we have to write down that those theorems and that properties we have to mention here to find that solution, means that to find that CF. Okay, and using these properties solve the above problem. So one property that the hint is given is here, that theorem statement is the perpendicular drawn from the center to a chord dash dash, means we have to complete this statement of theorem. And as we very well know that the perpendicular drawn from the center to a chord bisects the chord. Okay, and then next property is what? As we in this activity we have given that diameter of the circle is 20 centimeter. Okay, and as we join this segment C, that C is what? Radius of circle, and that next property we have to use as radius is half of the diameter. Means diameter is 20 centimeter, then that radius is what? 10 centimeter. Okay, and now as we join this CE, here we form one right angle triangle, that is triangle CFE, and to find that CF, yes, we have to use what? Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so means using these three properties or that theorems we have to solve this problem. Okay, now pay attention over here how we write this theorem, how we solve this activity. So here we solve this activity to find what? CF in a circle with center C. it is given that segment CF perpendicular to chord D, and hence we use that first property for that theorem, perpendicular drawn from center of circle to chord bisects chord, and therefore that FE, as we required this segment in right angle triangle, equal to what, half of D. Bisects chord means divides that chord in two equal parts, and that each part is half of D, but D is given as 16, so half of 16 is what, FE we getting as 8 centimeter. Okay, also we have given what, diameter of circle is 20 centimeter, and as we join this CE, that C is radius. Okay, so we write down, so here segment C is radius of circle, and we know that the property as radius is half of the diameter, means R is equal to D upon 2, and that R radius means what, C equal to 20 upon 2, because that diameter is 20, so C, that the length we getting it as 10 centimeter. And then in that right angle triangle CFE, to find CF, what we do here, we use Pythagoras theorem, that the hypotenuse square equal to that sum of square of remaining two sides, and hence now we put that values over here, that the CE means what, hypotenuse means that radius of circle, which is we getting it as 10 centimeter, means square of 10 equal to CF square plus FE, we getting it as FE as 8 centimeter, so we put that value 8 over here, and again we simplify this to getting CF. Okay, here we first getting CF square, and then we taking square roots on both sides, we get that the length of segment CF. Okay, so put these values over here, students, and try to find that CF. Is it correct? Yes, as we put that values over here, we getting CF square as 36, and that square root of 36 is 6, means that the length of CF is 6 centimeter. Okay, so for 3 mark questions, that the activity asked in exam. Okay, students. Okay, now that second activity I will keep it is to try as your homework, students. Okay, and now here we do try to solve third activity. Again here we have given that in a circle with center M, segment AB is what, a diameter, segment MS perpendicular to chord AD, and segment MT perpendicular to chord AC, and angle DAB congruent angle CAB. This is our given part. AD and AC are what, diameter, chords. AB is a diameter, and that MS is given as perpendicular on chord AD, and MT is also a perpendicular on chord AC, and this angle from here DAB and CAB are congruent, and using this you have to prove chord AD congruent to chord AC. Okay, and now to prove this, the question is, which theorem is useful to prove these two chords are congruent? Okay, so here we have that two theorems, that the statements are, the chords which are equidistant from center are equal in length, and that second statement is congruent chords of a circle are equidistant from the center of circle. So what we observe here, students, we have to prove that chord AD congruent chord AC, and as we notice these two statements, that one of the useful theorem is what? Yes, first one, the chords which are equidistant from center of circle are equal in length. Means what? As we prove these two chords AD and AC are equidistant from center, then we can say the chords are equal in length, means chords are congruent. So to prove this, that the AD and AC are equidistant from center means what? We have to find that the distance of this chord AD from center M, and similarly that the distance of chord AC from center M. And as you notice here that MS is perpendicular to AD means that perpendicular MS, that the length MS is what? Distance of that chord from center. And similarly that the length MT is what? At the distance of AC from center M. And as we prove MS equal to MT means these two chords are equidistant from center, and then we can say the chords are equal in length means chords are congruent. Okay, so actually what we have to prove here, that MS equal to MT. Understood this? To prove chord AD congruent chord AC means first you have to prove that the two chords are equidistant from the center of circle, means you have to prove MS equal to MT. And to prove this MS equal to MT, one more hint is given. That hint is what? Form two triangles, that MSA and triangle MTA, and prove these two triangles are what? Congruent by test of that congruence of two triangles, means SAS, or you can say SSS, or that another one is ASA, AAS, or hypotenuse side test. So we already learned about this, we studied about this 5 tests, and that hint is by which test these two triangles are congruent, and that we have to mention. And if triangles are congruent, then we can say corresponding sides also congruent, means we getting MS equal to MT. Okay, so according to this 5 test, which one is the correct for this, to show this or to prove these two triangles are congruent? So what we notice here, students, these two triangles have this common side, that AM. Okay, also it is given that DAB congruent with CAB, it means SAM congruent with TAM according to this triangle. And also that perpendicular means here we have that measure of angle is what? 90 degree each, means angle MSA and angle MTA is congruent, means one side is common, means that congruent side, and two pairs of angles are congruent, and it means useful test is what? AAS. Okay, so using this test we prove that two triangles are congruent, and if two triangles are congruent, then we can say MS equal to MT, that the corresponding sides of congruent triangles. And if MS equal to MT we getting, then we can say the chords which are equidistant from the center of circle are equal in length, means AD equal to what? AC, and it means chord AD congruent chord AC. Okay, so pay attention over here. Okay, so like this we prove it. What we do here, we taking that two triangles, triangle MSA and triangle MTA according to the figure. MSA, that the triangle MSA and triangle MTA, we prove these two triangles what? Congruent with AAS test. So first we taking that the pair of angle SAM congruent angle TAM. Okay, actually that original angle is angle DAB congruent angle CAB, but as we know these ASD are what? Collinear, so instead of D we read is from SA up to what? M, and similarly here A dash T dash C, and hence we read it as TAM. Okay, so it's given then angle MSA congruent with angle MTA, where that perpendiculars are there, and hence that each angle is of 90 degree, and that common side is what? Segment AM congruent segment AM, that each segment or each side is congruent with itself. Okay, and therefore triangle MSA congruent triangle MTA by this AAS test, and therefore we can say segment MS congruent with segment MT. So that corresponding sides of congruent triangles, and it means MS equal to MT. But what we have given, MS is perpendicular on chord AD and MT is also perpendicular on chord AC, and hence we use that theorem that the chords which are equidistant from center of circle are equal in length. Means these two chords are equidistant from center, as we prove here MS equal to MT, and therefore we can say that two chords are equal in length, means AD equal to AC, and therefore we can say that equal in length means that the chords are congruent, chord AD congruent chord AC. Okay, so this activity also asks for 3 marks in exam. Okay students. Okay, now the next topic is tangent and secant. Okay, so here I draw two figures. What are you observing here students? In first figure here, that one circle is there and one line L which intersect that circle in what? One and only one point. Means that line L touching that circle at point P. Okay, and in second figure over here, what you observing here students, that the line M which intersecting that circle in two distinct points. So if that line is passing through or touching to circle in one and only one point, then that line is said to be what? Tangent of a circle. Okay, and if that line intersecting that circle in two distinct points like this, then that line is known as secant of circle. Okay, actually this one also we already studied in our previous standard. Okay, that the line L is called a tangent of circle because point of P is common to both line and circle, or you can say that line passing through one and only one point of circle, and hence that line L is tangent of the circle, and that point P is known as point of contact. Okay, and here as that line passing through that two distinct points, these two points are known as intersecting points, point Q and point R, and that line M is called as secant of the circle. Okay students, and on this concept of this tangent, now next we have the most important theorem which is known as tangent theorem. Okay, the statement is a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. What does it mean? A tangent at any point of a circle means we have to draw one figure of circle and its tangent at any point on circle, and that tangent is what? You have to prove it is perpendicular to what? Radius at the point of contact. So means we have to join that point of contact with center, so we getting what? Radius, and we have to prove that the tangent is perpendicular to that radius. Okay, so pay attention over here students. So here we draw that figure, that the one circle and that the line passing through that one and only one point through A. So in given part, in a circle with center O, line L is what? A tangent to a circle at point of contact A. A is a point of contact which is common point of circle and line. Okay, and we have to prove that tangent is perpendicular to what? Radius. Means as we join this O and A, so here we are getting that segment OA, which is radius at the point of contact, and we have to prove that tangent means line L is perpendicular to radius OA. Okay, now to prove this tangent theorem, here also we use that the indirect proof method. Okay, so means as we have to prove line L perpendicular to radius OA, so we say that wrong assumption as line L is not perpendicular to radius OA. Understood this? दाखवायचा काय? L is perpendicular to OA आणि आपण assume काय करणार? L is not perpendicular to radius OA. Okay? Okay, so like this, here we draw that line L and we consider that the suppose line L is not perpendicular to segment OA, but O is what? Outside point, exterior point of line L, and my question is how many perpendiculars we can draw from that outside point O to that line L, and that answer is what? One and only one perpendicular we can draw from that exterior or that outside point of that line. Okay, रेषेच्या एक्सटेरियर पॉइंट मधून किती परपेंडिक्युलर ड्रॉ करता येतात? वन अँड ओनली वन, अँड दॅट वन अँड ओनली वन मीन्स वॉट? दॅट segment OA you have to prove that perpendicular to what? Line L, but we consider that line L is not perpendicular to segment OA, means OA is not perpendicular to line L, म्हणून तो A काय घेतला? बाजूला. Okay, but according to that property there is one point such that segment becomes perpendicular to line L. आता OA परपेंडिक्युलर नाही मीन्स वॉट? O पासून आपण एक वेगळा परपेंडिक्युलर तिथे ड्रॉ करू शकतो. सो इफ OA is not perpendicular to line L, then we draw another segment OB which is perpendicular to line L. Getting this point? Outside point मधून एक आणि एकच परपेंडिक्युलर ड्रॉ करताय, तो we have to prove that perpendicular is OA, but as we consider that OA is not perpendicular to line L, so we draw that another segment OB which is perpendicular to line L. Okay, and it's true that the B is not same as A. B आणि A काय आहेत? Different, two distinct points. Okay, now we take one more point C on that same line L such that BA equal to BC. काय केलं आपण? हिअर वी टेकिंग वन मोर पॉईंट. आता लाईन म्हटले की काय? किती आपल्याला पॉईंट्स घेता येणार आहेत, बट वी टेकिंग दॅट सी इन अ सच वे दॅट द BA इक्वल टू काय राहील? BC. आणि असं किती सी घेता येतील आपल्याला? वन अँड ओनली वन पॉईंट विच गिव्स दिस प्रॉपर्टी दॅट BA इक्वल टू BC. BA जेवढी आहे तेवढाच तो पॉईंट तिकडे असणारे किती पॉईंट्स असतील? तर वन अँड ओनली वन पॉईंट, अँड दॅट पॉईंट इज वॉट? C as we taking here. This we do as one more construction like. Okay, and we join this OC. Okay, so like this here we draw this OC. So what we prove here, students, as we assume that the line L is not perpendicular to segment OA, or you can say segment OA is not perpendicular to line L, which is wrong, and we prove this how this statement as we assume is wrong. हे जे कन्सिडर केलेलं आहे की OA is not perpendicular to line L, wrong कसं? That we prove here, and that's why we taking that one more point C. Okay, now the A is what? According to that given part, A is what? Point of contact. Means A is the one and only one point which is common to what? Circle and line L. Okay, A काय आहे? Point of contact, that the position of that A is on circle and line. Okay, and as we're taking that C, that the position of C is now on the line. Okay, but as we consider that the segment OA is not perpendicular to line L, then what we get, that C, as we taking it on line L, that the position of C is also on circle. जो C आपण लाईनवर घेतलेला आहे तो पुन्हा कुठे म्हणणार आपण? सर्कलवर पण येतो. हे आपण प्रूव्ह करून दाखवणार. And according to that definition of tangent, because L is what? A tangent, and according to that definition of tangent, the line passing through one and only one point through a circle is called a tangent. अशी लाईन की ज्या सर्कलच्या एक आणि एका पॉइंट मधूनच जाते, जिलाच काय म्हणतो आपण? टँजंट. बट ॲज वी अज्युम that the segment OA not perpendicular to line L, then we getting 2 points that the line L passing through on circle. A, which is point of contact, that is the given part, that the A is one and only one common point of that circle and line L. But as we consider that the OA is not perpendicular to line L, then what we do, we draw that the another segment, that is OB, on line L. OA जर परपेंडिक्युलर नाही म्हणजेच काय, एक्सटेरियर पासून एक तरी एक आणि एकच परपेंडिक्युलर ड्रॉ करता येतो, and that perpendicular we draw, which is OB, and we take one more point C on line. But as we prove this, that C is, which is on line, is also on circle. Means what we getting here, that the 2 point of contacts of line L, which contradicts that the definition of tangent. Understood this? According to that definition, there is one and only one point of contact, but as we assume this wrong statement, that the OA not perpendicular to L, then we getting 2 point of contacts, A and C also, which is wrong according to that definition of tangent. And why we getting this wrong statement, this contradiction? Because our assumption is wrong, and it is wrong means what, which is true, that the line L perpendicular to radius OA is true. So like this we prove it. Okay, so pay attention over here. So to prove that the C, which is lies on a line, is also lies on a circle as like A, what we do here, students, we taking these two triangles, the triangle OBA and triangle OBC, and we prove these two triangles are congruent by that test of congruence. Okay, and if two triangles are congruent, corresponding sides also congruent, means OA equal to OC, and it means that OA is what? Radius, which is given part, and that OC also becomes radius, and radius means that the point C, which lies on line, if that OC is radius, that C lies on circle. Means we getting here that line L intersecting that circle in two distinct points. Okay, so how we prove that two triangles are congruent, that we see here by SAS test. Okay, so first is what? Segment BC congruent with segment BA, which is our construction part. That's why we are taking that construction as BA equal to BC. Okay, angle OBC congruent angle OBA. So as we are taking this perpendicular, that segment OB perpendicular to line L, means that angle formed here is of 90 degrees. So each 90 degree angle means that angles are congruent, and segment OB congruent segment OB, which is common side, and hence we getting these two triangles are congruent by SAS test, and therefore we can say that the segment OA congruent with segment OC, or OC equal to OA, corresponding sides of congruent triangles. But OA is what? A radius, and therefore OC is must also be radius. OA काय दिलेली आहे? Radius. And OA equal to OC means that OC also become a radius, means that point C lies on the circle, and here we get that contradiction because L passing through that two distinct points on circle, but L is given that as a tangent, and according to the definition of tangent there is one and only one common point, and here we getting two common points, which is contradicts that the definition of tangent, means we getting wrong statement. And why we getting this wrong? Because our assumption is wrong, means that what you have to prove that statement is true. Okay, like this, here we mention it, that means line L intersect the circle in two distinct points, that points are A and C, but line L is what? A tangent, and therefore it intersects circle in one and only one point. Therefore our assumption that the line L is not perpendicular to radius OA is wrong, and therefore we prove here that the line L perpendicular to radius OA. Okay, so like this we have that indirect proof of this theorem. Okay students, as you turn on page number 51, where we have given this proof of this tangent theorem, which is important one for 3 marks that the theorem asked in exam, and depending on it we have to solve that examples in practice set. Okay, so write down this theorem in your notebook. Okay, there is one more important theorem which is known as tangent segment theorem. That the statement is tangent segment drawn from the external point to a circle are congruent. Okay, so here we draw one circle at the center is A, and here we take that external point D, and from this point D we can draw two tangents to a circle. That one tangent is line DP and another tangent is line DQ, okay, which intersect circle at point P and Q. At two tangents means here we have 2 point of contacts of these two tangents. Okay, and the tangent segment means what? As you notice here, from that point of contact to that external point D, that segment PD, that part of tangent is known as tangent segment. Similarly here, segment DQ or segment QD is tangent segment of this another tangent. Okay, and we prove that these two tangent segments are what? Congruent. So according to figure here, first we write down that the given part here, in a circle with center A, that D is what? External point, and segment DP and segment DQ are what? Tangent segments, and we have to prove that the segment DP congruent to what? Segment DQ. Okay, and now to prove this, what we do here students, that we form two triangles which having that segment DP and segment DQ are sides of these two triangles, and for that here we do one construction. Okay, so pay attention over here. So what we do here students, to form that triangles we draw that radius AP and radius AQ as construction part, and then the proof as like activity base, it is given that what we have to do, to prove these two triangles from here are what? Congruent, and if two triangles are congruent, corresponding sides of that congruent triangles also congruent, means we prove that DP congruent with DQ. Okay, and that DP and DQ, which are corresponding sides of these two triangles, are what? Tangent segments of circle. Okay, so here we now write down that proof, how we prove that two triangles are congruent, that we see here in triangle PAD and triangle QAD, segment PA congruent with which segment, that we have to mention here, that the reason is given radii of the same circle. And as you notice here, that the side PA of triangle PAD, and here we getting that another side as AQ of triangle QAD, but we can say PA congruent to what? QA, radii of the same circle. Then AD congruent to AD is given, and with that reason we have to mention here as common side. Okay, and if that two angles, angle PAD equal to angle QAD, here we getting these two angles of 90 degree because of tangent theorem. Getting this, that the line PD is tangent, so that radius from that point of contact is perpendicular to that tangent. Similarly here AQ is also perpendicular to this another tangent. So these two angles of 90 degree means two triangles are what? Right angle triangles, where that AD is hypotenuse, and hence by hypotenuse side test these two triangles are said to be congruent. And if two triangles are congruent, corresponding sides also congruent, that the side DP congruent with side DQ, corresponding side of congruent triangles. Okay, so like this we prove this theorem for 3 marks. Okay students, so like this we complete this theorem, or that proof of theorem. Okay, and now using these properties and theorems, you have to solve that first practice set 3.1, that we will continue in our next lecture. Okay, so if you have any difficulty, then please WhatsApp me on my personal number, or if you understood these theorems, that properties, then please give comment in comment box as okay sir, or you can say samajla sir, like this. Okay, thank you, bye bye.